One thing that I think you hit on that was crucial is when you said Easton was new, he would always call you after the home. How important, John, do you think it is for new agents and even 6-7 months into this business that you call after every no sell or think about it or I'll get back to you later? How important do you think that aspect of the business is for agents?
It's like, do you want to get good at this or not? You know what I mean? Like it's the simplest thing ever. You know, again, if you think about your kid, if any of you got kids or when you were a kid, if you're in school and you don't know how to do, like Maddox was struggling with long division, like 8 divided by 142. Imagine he didn't ask for help. Would he ever get good? He could be 40 and not know 8 divided by 142 if he never asked. You know what I mean? Like it's common sense, dude. So for me, it just, again, when I've already talked about coachability up front, right? And following the process. I mean, if you don't call, you're telling me you don't want my help. So for me, if you don't follow the past process, I got one rule. You can never complain. That's it.
No, it makes sense. I mean,
and it's
I was just gonna say, I know personally speaking, my biggest growth moments in this business were after a no sell, after a think about it, because it's the biggest lesson for me to learn how to get over that, what to tweak, what to say. And that really sped up my learning curve. And it makes me really confused, John, when people don't reach out after they go through a think about it, after they go through a no sell. And now it makes so much sense. They just don't want to be coached and they don't want to get better.
Which means, can't you leave me out of it? Why are you involving me? If you don't want to get better and you don't want to be coached, why are you involving me? Like, why are you involving me just to complain? Like, leave me out of the process. You know what I mean? I ain't mad at you, ever. We can be buddies. I give you a high five every time I see you at the office. But you ain't gonna be coachable. Again, I'm not trying to be a dick, but like, what do you need me for? Like, what are we doing? You know? And again, you want to learn this thing quick, dude. It's like, you gotta be vulnerable to learn this. You know how hard it is for the average human being to call another human being and go, hey dude, I messed up and I need your help?
It's hard.
I ain't confused that's hard. But we're telling you to do it. I know you're really busy. Really? Remember the part where I told you to do it? I didn't want to bother you. Dude, it bothers me that you don't do it. In fact, it drives me insane that I tell you to do it and you don't do it. It drives me mental. You know what I mean? And again, for me, I'm in it to help people win. It's not like make believe. So if I tell you to call me to learn this quicker, it means I want you to learn it quicker. And if you don't, I promise you, dude, I'm moving on.
And so my next question off of this is, we preach 30 appointments a week. We preach 30 appointments a week. And John, I just can't book 30 appointments a week. Like, how do I book 30 appointments a week? Like, how do I get there? I just can't. Yeah. It seems like I'm dialing. I just can't book 30 appointments a week. How do you respond to that?
So for me, I usually go like, my favorite thing to do is go, give me your phone. You ever do this? Like, give me your phone. I'll take someone's phone, legit. I do it in the office all the time. Give me your phone. Like, we got people out there dialing right now. Dude, they're making $1 every 9 minutes. I can hear them. And then they're going to come in the training and wonder why they're not doing 30K a month. So I go, give me your phone. And this works on an iPhone. I don't know how Androids work. So if you have one, throw it away and get an iPhone. But if you go to your call history, you go all the way to the bottom. That right there, that whole thing is 100 calls. Okay. So what I do is I take their phone and I look at the most recent dial day. And if it's today, like today's a dial day, I take their phone and I look at the bottom. And I go, dude, you started dialing at 9:43. And your second dial was at 9:54. And your third dial was at 10:07. And then your fourth dial was mom for 47 minutes. And then your next dial was at this. And I can look at their dial time and their pace. I can see and I can show them why they're failing. Does that make sense? I can literally map it out. Like, here's why. And then people go, I don't have enough leads. That works for about 2 weeks, dude. This is how I do it with everyone. Everyone out there, think. Like, who has leads? I can see some of y'all. Who has like a bunch of leads that have never picked up the phone, ever? Never picked up, right? Most everybody has them. I go, cool. How many leads do you think you have that have never picked up? The most common answer I get is like 200 or 300 leads that have never answered. I go, okay, why are you not calling them if they've never answered? Because dialing the way you dial, I'm not surprised they didn't answer. Now, let me teach you how to dial properly, right? And I literally go, get those 200 or 300 leads. You're going to break them up into stacks of 25. Now, you're ready to be coachable, right? Because what you're doing ain't working. Yes. Here's how to get out of your situation. Now, be clear, this might suck, but it beats going back to a job, okay? It may not be the funnest thing on earth, but I promise you it works. Dude, I went into, y'all know Yoda, Martin Jenkins? He's in my office.
Yep.
I go into I had an agent I did this with the other day. I said, hey, dude, if I gave you 200 of this dude's 3 and 6 month old leads, how much do you think you would sell this week? He was like, how many leads? I was like, yeah, like 200 or 300 that he said never picked up. Bro, I'd get like 20 apps this week. I was like, got it. All right, come back with me. I go, take your leads, stacks of 25, right? Instead of calling all 200 in a row, take 25 at a time. You triple dial the first one. Say it's Gage. Triple dial him, he don't answer. You flip it over. Triple dial the next one. And now between dial 1 and dial 2, you know how much time there should be? 4 seconds. You shouldn't take a minute to dial and 5 minutes to dial the next one. That means you're not actually dialing all day. You know what I mean? You're like wasting time. So triple dial the first one, triple dial the second one, go through your stack of 25. Maybe 5 pick up, 4 tell you to pound dirt, and you book 1. Cool. Now take the 20, flip it over, do it again. Triple dial all 20 again. Like, yes, 35 minutes after you just did it. Gage, don't answer again. Flip it over, whatever. 5 more pick up, 4 tell me to pound dirt, I book 1 more. Cool. Now I got 15 left. Flip it over, do it 1 more time. Triple dial Gage again. So yes, I dialed Gage 9 times in like an hour and a half. Why? My goal when I'm dialing, dude, is to get people to pick up the phone. Most of y'all are dialing to book appointments, which I get that's the end goal, but you can't book appointments if you don't get people to pick up. And if you dial like I just said to dial, or you dial like you dial, statistically, who's going to get more people to pick up? I am. Are you worried about what they say? 0. Why? Because they need life insurance. What if they're mad? What if they're going to die tomorrow? Me triple dialing them made them pick up and I saved someone's family. What if that? You know what I mean? Instead of the what if negative, like what if it works? Imagine that. So I take stacks of 25, dude. I pound through them. I work them, dude. And I flip it over, take the next stack of 25. Triple dial, triple dial, triple dial. Flip it, triple dial. Dude, you'll bang out dials. And if you're doing it at the right pace, you're starting at 7:30 a.m. and you're hitting a minute per dial, dude, you'll crank out people. You will get people to pick up. You tell me you can't book 30 appointments. I mean, I'm not bought in, bro. I just don't buy it. That's like the client that says, give me your card, I'm going to call you next Tuesday. And you believe it? Someone tells me they can't book, I ain't buying that crap. Just means they ain't putting in the effort. Because booking 30, even if your skill set's bad, dude, if you crank out dials, the average person who complains, dude, they're doing way under $200 a week, which takes a minute for a dial. Fair? Anyone argue that? 1 minute to dial. Dude, if you're doing 200 in a week, what's that, 3 hours of work? Like, go call everyone you know and be like, dude, I'm pissed. I worked 3 hours this week at booking appointments and I'm not rich. Like, what are we talking about? You know what I mean? So for me, it's about massive, massive, massive effort. And if I said your family was on the line, will you work 16 hours a day? Everyone in here would say yes. You know, and most people aren't actively working 16 hours a day. We got people they tell me they've been in here 8 hours today. I'm like, and they made 46 dials. They're pacing around the office upstairs, hanging out, smoking cigarettes outside, shooting the crap with each other. I'm like, stop.
Yeah. No,
You know?
I think you hit it.